feels like a concert here today. I'd like to thank Rhythm and Groove for the awesome setup. We didn't know what to expect when we came here actually earlier, and standing with these two guys right now, we would like to tell you and share with you things that have happened and along in our journeys, and especially for those who are getting into the journey, it's the best time for you to learn off us or trade off. I wouldn't just say so much learn, but trade off. Because music is life, and in order to make that happen, you have to embrace the music. Totally embrace it. And what you have heard so far from the three of us are different sounds. Addy has his own sound. His fingers create one tone. Simon has another tonal spectrum. Me, myself, with my tools, another tone. So every one of us has our own voice, and you want to define that. I mean, it's nice to have your influences and learn of them, but eventually you want to take your influences and make it your own, so that it sounds like you playing it, rather than sounding like someone else. We have the tools to share, and we are very much open to questions too, if you guys have any questions.
Any questions? We are here to share. We are not like, it's not a concert, but it's just like sharing. And at the same time, we are, okay. Oh, we're also talking about the camp that's going to happen at the end of the year.
Yep.
And yeah, hopefully we can get people to participate with us. Anybody? Anything?
We actually have former campers here,
Yeah,
who are actually looking up to join us in December. So that's an interesting option. But what we like to, yes, please. Brilliant question. About influences, as for me, I grew up in a country and western family who loves country western. Elvis, Slim Whitman, Frank Sinatra, the older folks, which is very much different from what I'm playing now. But also classic rock, the 70s, late 60s and early 70s. Those were the defining influences to get me to the rock playing. But I still love the other stuff. Does that get... Okay, Simon, your influences.
Well, hello everybody, I'm Simon. Nice to see all of you here. I don't know, I grew up in the 80s, 90s, and then loving, the grunge music, like, the Nirvana, the Foo Fighters, the Smashing Pumpkins, and we got the Pearl Jam and that kind of stuff. And but I traveled back in time, back to the 60s, 70s, and I discovered Hendrix and Zeppelin, Purple, Black Sabbath, and I'm a rock guy, like I went through a phase of metal, and I was really into a lot of metal music. But right now, I'm doing a lot of, I'm really into a lot of jazz and fusion, the soul and funk stuff. But pretty much, I think the thing that really started off was really blues. Because if you like the metal music or you like hard rock, and if you trace back the roots, it started from black people who were once slaves. And there was blues that motivates rock music. The white man stole the black man's blues, and then they take it to another level. They make it harder, and then we have metal music, and so on and so forth. But today, it's changing, it's growing, and but blues is pretty much a big thing in most part of my life. So that's for me. It's blues and jazz for now. And of course, the rock is still in my blood. How about you, Eddie?
For me, basically, I grew up listening to a lot of Malay wedding bands and, the 7-month Chinese kotai. I still remember listening to Whoa, Whoa, Yeah, Yeah, and playing, their showmanship was so hot, they broke the tambourine and I was picking it up. So I started from there. And then I basically, as I get older, of course, I listen to a lot of the rock stuff. My main influence was like people like Richie Kotzen, Steve Vai, Paul Gilbert, those things that I listened to every day when I was in school. And at this age, at the age of 42, I don't know, it's just acoustic instruments, especially acoustic guitar, it resonates to me more. But that doesn't mean that I don't love the electric guitar. This is my voice, it's part of me. I basically grew up with it since like 10 years old. But at that time, some people just get better faster, like these two guys.
No, still learning.
I spend so much of time, but this is what I can do. But thank God, it's basically the drive, the love for music rather than the guitar itself, as a whole. And I believe that music really drives people. When you wake up, you listening to a good sound or good music, it really pushes you to do better in life, So yeah, as for this, at this moment, I'm into a lot of acoustic stuff. Yeah.
It's like the evolution.
Evolution,
of music.
yeah.
We all go through evolution in phases.
Yeah, I think it's the old man's syndrome.
Yeah.
When I was much younger, right? I never want to learn jazz. I don't want to play jazz. It's for old people.
It's not hip.
Yeah, so but
only
right
rock.
now we're old people.
Yeah.
So one acoustic and then one like.
True. I agree. So what we're gonna share for the camp is a lot of, if you multiply, it's like I'm almost 30 years in the music. It's like 60 years. So there's a lot of experience we're talking about. I'm not talking about things where you pick up your guitar and okay, I learned this, but it goes beyond the understanding of your instrument. Is how you apply what you learn and how do you react. Okay, like just now, I don't know what's happening. Maybe we rehearsed once just now, but if you really listen to it, is how we bring the music down, and we are looking at each other and we are trying to understand, okay, I know he's going to do something, and sometimes we do communicate, okay, what are you going to do next? So I went to the back and tell the drummer, okay, maybe we should end with, somebody's going to slow down or something. So these are things that as a new person going into music, it's so valuable. It's like you don't get it unless you go through it. But we are here to share it with you. And I think the camp, if you are really serious about music, I hope you can join us. There's a lot of knowledge that we would love to share. Yeah.
It's like training your instincts while you're playing.
Yeah.
With the rhythm section as a guitar player, your instincts, and also giving space as they started out the opening track. I was going very minimal, keeping my chord form really nice and in between the two. These instincts helped me throughout the years. It's a mileage thing, which I'm sure we definitely want to share as per the camp. And another brilliant thing about the camp is you get to expand your community. There were many bands that were formed during the previous camps, and you expand your index of musician friends. You have more bass players, drummers, etc., to jam with, or even form up for projects. That's the emphasis of the camp. It's not just the knowledge. The knowledge is always there. It's going to be there. It's everywhere. But the chance and opportunity for you to expand, that's where I believe the previous campers have really benefit from. And you can see some of them are actually active in our night scene. Right, Abang Din? We're actually very proud that a couple of our campers are in like places like along Clarke Quay, along Timber, in the outlets, and kudos to them, more power to them. All we did was just lay a platform to have to lay out more information, and they took it from there. Any more questions?